Seesaw Sanji here with another video. I'm here today to explain something that I didn't think that I would have to explain. I thought it was implied. My name is Seesaw Sanji. That's the name that I took up for this YouTube channel. Yes, I am salty. Yes, I am overcritical of things. And yes, when I see something that is a story based off of a already existing IP, and people take this existing IP and the framework of it, and they write a story or do something outside of it. Yes, I'm going to be overcritical of it because about 80% of the work has already been done for them. So if they're lazy enough to do that, instead of being creative and coming up with their own story and their own stuff to write about, they want to take, a video game or an existing comic book or something else and contort it into something that it never was. Yes, I'm going to be overcritical of it. Yes, I'm not going to stand for it, because if you want to write a story about a certain type of superhero or whatever, that's fine. But go ahead and write that story, but don't make it, don't piggyback off of an existing IP. Whether it be a comic book hero or a video game or anything of the sort. Yes, I am salty. It's been 6 years in the Army. It's, a thing in the Army, you're salty soldier. That's how I came up with the name to start with. And yes, I do kind of like Sanji, in One Piece, because he's more than just a fighter, he's a cook. He's talented. He has real world talents that you would actually, maybe put on a resume, He's not like, Batman or anything else. I mean, you don't put those things on a resume to get a job. I find them relatable in that way. I can't tell you how many times where people have not been able to relate to certain superheroes, and it's hard, The most relatable superhero I've ever seen is Spider-Man. And I'm not talking about the other variants. I'm talking about the old OG Spider-Man, Peter Parker. Okay? Don't get it confused. All right? And the reason why he's so relatable is because, he's a superhero. He's a superhero, but he also, works a job. He goes to school. He has a degree. He has to juggle and manage relationships, and do real world things, He grew up without his parents. A lot of people relate to him because of that. And he's not a perfect person. He has flaws, whether he questions himself, whether or not he's making the right decision or not within himself. You don't have to do it. He does it for himself. And I know a lot of people gravitate towards him the same way I gravitate towards Sanji from One Piece, And I know I say a lot of things that a lot of people, can't relate to, especially when they're young and inexperienced. And they question me or whatever, don't be that guy. Don't be so overcritical about it. Yes. And just like salt, you need salt in your life. You need electrolytes. That is a salt to survive. But too much of it will kill you. But it is a necessary evil. You do need salt in your life. You do need somebody to criticize these things. You need somebody to hold these things accountable. And that's a big thing with, people nowadays. They've never had anybody to hold them accountable. And they think they just say whatever they want to say and no consequence whatsoever. We grew up on the internet and you could just say things and nobody can touch you, I grew up in an age where if you said the wrong thing, you get your ass whooped, That's just the way it was. You have to watch what you say. I had a father around that would, every time I say something stupid or something that was out of pocket, he gets smacked in the back of the head, I had somebody to hold me accountable. I never let my learning disability in writing stop me from writing a book. I never let my ADD stop me from graduating high school and going to college. I did it, all right? And no, I didn't have all stellar grades. But I did it. I got through. You don't need stellar grades. You just need to get through it. You get that piece of paper, Nobody says, okay, what's your grade point average? Nobody says this, whether you got it or not. It's a binary question, yes or no. It doesn't matter how long it took you. It doesn't matter, what circumstances you did it under. It's a matter of whether you did it or not. Okay? And I created this YouTube. I wrote my book because everybody I saw was lazy. They don't want to hold these people accountable. Somebody has to. People writing these movies, the people writing these shows, they're lazy. There's lazy writing. And if they're not going to do it, I guess I will. Thanks for watching. See you, Sanji. Peace.